Hey everyone, MLR's Brendan Quinn here in Bloomington following Michigan's 75-63 win over Indiana, and it felt good for the Wolverines. Their first win here since 2009, only their second win here in their last 18 trips. It was a big one, and it was a game that kind of represented another monkey off of this team's back. They entered this week with the question of, can you beat Michigan State after dropping 5 straight to your rival? They got that done on Tuesday in Ann Arbor. They came into this game saying, can you win at Indiana? And can you win on the road, period, this year? Michigan was 0-6 in true road games before today. And they chalked that one off the list as well. And it started today on the defensive end. A lot of the attention is going to go to Derek Walton Jr., which it should. 25 points, was in control again, looking like a Big Ten point guard that has reached his potential in every category, is playing as well as anyone could have possibly imagined this year. But even he's the first to say that today's win started with defense, and this team valuing defensive possessions as much as it values offensive possessions. It's been something that's been said for a long time around the Michigan basketball program of when that would be possible, and it's starting to be seen right now. Let's look at the end of the early stages of the second half. Michigan comes out, they have a 10-point lead at halftime, then proceeds to miss the first 7 shots of the second half. Now, perhaps at any other point this year, especially early this year, at any point in the last 2 years, that probably would have unraveled the game right there for Michigan. I think you would have seen players start to kind of lollygag back on defense, start to feel down about themselves. For so long, this team's identity was based on the ball going through the basket, which is a really difficult way to play basketball. But today, start out with 7 misses in the second half, and instead of doing that, they grabbed 5 offensive rebounds. They went down on the other end. They played defense. They matched up, and they only allowed 1 basket to be made by Indiana in that whole amount of time. What could have been a 10-0 run for Indiana, or an 8-0 run, whatever it might have been, was instead a 2-0 run. Barely a difference. Still an 8-point lead. Michigan just basically had to maintain for the final 15 minutes of the game, and that's what an experienced team did, and it looked like a team that knows how to win on the road. DJ Wilson doing things on both ends, Mo Wagner getting in on the act, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman kind of quietly only scored 7 points or so, but he was assigned to James Blackman all day and did the job. James Blackman finished 2 for 7 from the field. This is one of the top scorers in the Big Ten. But let's go back to Wilson and Wagner for a second. One of the big keys today was slowing down Thomas Bryant, potential NBA player, big, athletic, burly, strong, talented, multi-gifted center for Indiana. He made some baskets, but Michigan really did a good job of neutralizing him, and a lot of times with help defense, sometimes sending true double teams, and I think it speaks to DJ Wilson's maturity that Wilson drew the assignment, was one-on-one with Bryant a lot of time, but they did not hesitate sending Wilson over to give help. And anytime that happened, Indiana's offense went completely out of whack. A lot of those possessions turned into turnovers. Indiana had 15 on the day, but Michigan turned them into 20 points. And a lot of that came from Michigan's half-court defense. Some of those turnovers were unforced, but a lot of it was Michigan playing defense, and again, valuing defensive possessions as much as they value offensive possessions. Something to be said for that. So that will do it for today. Going forward, I think this is an effort that is replicable for Michigan at this point, and that's been a hard thing to say for much of this year. It's been which team's going to show up on any given night. Well, it's twice in a row that the same assertive, headstrong team showed up. So see what happens from here. But that'll do it for today. As always, thanks for watching.